upbeat music, birdsong. Hey, mates, my advice is to chase your passions right to the bloody end. Figure out what really gets you going, then chuck yourself in head first. That's what I did with this house, because I've got a mad passion for beautiful architecture. It's a long and painstaking process, but always worth it. Fair dinkum. Over the past 2.5 years, the ripper success of our channel has taken us to some of the most bonza properties in the States and around the globe. But today's tour is fair dinkum different to anything we've ever done before. The house right behind me, also known as the Sheets Goldstein residence, was designed by world-renowned architect John Lautner, and it's definitely one of the most iconic properties on the planet. No worries. This house isn't currently up for grabs, but thanks to its owner, James Goldstein, we've got the opportunity to give the world a full tour of this one-of-a-kind property. So, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Light, upbeat music. I'm James Goldstein, the owner of this gaff, reporter. When the playoffs kick off, the NBA and their partners will once again be flogging the league's most recognizable stars. But there's another mug you'll be seeing throughout the playoffs. It's always framed by a rock star haircut and a snakeskin hat, and it belongs to a bloke named Jim Goldstein, who's become a bit of a fixture in the front row seats at the biggest games. I'm getting a bit knackered just from answering questions. Upbeat music. I grew up in Milwaukee and was deeply influenced by Frank Lloyd Wright's designs. I knew I wanted a modern house. I knew I wanted city views. I was searching for a house for 2 years before I found the right one, because I was never going to settle for second best. As soon as I walked in the house I now own, I knew it was the one. No worries, upbeat music. As you arrive, you cop an eyeful of the small slice of this extraordinary estate. Here we have the covered parking area. This is the owner's 1961 Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud 2, a beaut of a car. And it's actually the car he drives every day. So, if you see this car around Beverly Hills or Los Angeles, it's him at the wheel. They're rebuilding the driveway at the moment. So, there's a bit of construction going on here. But I want to take everyone along the walkway that leads to the main house. I'm loving these raw concrete walls around us with the vertical and horizontal lines. If you have a squiz at this side, you can see all those triangular openings that we'll be seeing throughout the property. Mikey, get a close-up here. This is an abstract sculpture of John Lautner, the architect of this ripper estate, who designed the house in '63. Then in '72, the current owner copped the property. There's a super interesting story that I'll tell later in the video. No worries. Carrying on with our tour, we have this long walkway that leads straight to the main house. Following this walkway, we have the first gate. Again, opening straight to the koi pond that will have a squiz and a sec. We have a door right here. Opening to another hallway where we've got a change of rooms for all the photo shoots that go on in this house. And a small loop back to the walkway. I mean, have a butcher's at the landscaping here. Mikey, it's unreal. Feels like we're walking into a jungle. We have a walkway that leads to the first koi pond and to the main entrance of the house. Talking about glass walls, I mean, you can see straight to the whole house, which is just amazing. Fair dinkum. Mikey, come along these glass steps. You can see the koi fish here, even turtles too. It's absolutely stunning. You've got a man-made lake on your right-hand side. Talking about a peaceful entrance, I mean, this is it. Now, I want to take everyone over here. This is the main door of the house, and it leads straight to the living room area. This is definitely one of the most impressive spaces in this bonza estate. Next to the entrance, we have this built-in seating area. Keep it on here. Before we talk about the formal living room, I want to get everyone's attention over here. Your koi pond actually goes into your living room, which is just unreal. Even your man-made lake. So that way you get the perfect indoor-outdoor continuation. No worries. Now, back over here, this is the iconic living room seating area. In my opinion, this is the most beautiful living room in the whole city. I love the way they've got the built-in seating. It really carries that concrete theme. All the furniture that you blokes are seeing, it was designed by John Lautner himself. There are a few architectural details I want to mention. First off, that ripper roof line with the clear story windows right above it. Sleek design, letting in natural light into the space. Right above us, we have that concrete beam ceiling detail with triangles. you have a good squiz, you can see these small openings where they've got a glass jar on the roof serving as mini skylights to bring those rays of light throughout the space. I mean, this house, the architectural lines here are simply unbelievable. Fair dinkum. Mikey, yeah, we definitely haven't seen anything like this on the channel, but there's something that looks super familiar about this room to me. Yeah, that's right. This part of the house has been featured in a few movies and music videos. Big Lebowski, Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle, and I believe Snoop Dogg's Let's Get Blown music video, too. Mikey, oh, I did see the Big Lebowski, and now I remember it, too. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, doesn't it? To cap off our tour here, over yonder we actually have a TV that comes down from the left. Around the corner we have a fireplace and concrete walls. The details, cobblestone finishing on the floors. It's unreal. Now I want to focus on this side. We've got the floor-to-ceiling glass walls. The special thing about this lot is that there's no steel or aluminum frame around these glass panes. That way, your indoor-outdoor continuation becomes as good as it can be. No worries. Actually, Mikey, if you have a squiz at this side, you see that built-in seating bit? It keeps going outside. So your eyes even forget that you have glass panes there, which is a nifty detail. This frameless glass lot and some of the finishings we're seeing are part of the restoration process of this Bonza estate. Upbeat music. To give everyone a bit of perspective, this house was built in 1963 by Paul Sheet, and he hired John Lautner to design the house. Then in 1972, the current owner, James, or as his mates call him, Jimmy, I'm going to call him Jimmy throughout the tour, born in 72. In 1979, he brought John Lautner back to the house, and they basically restored pretty much every part of this house to bring it to its full potential, and that's what we're seeing today. They worked together for 15 years, and unfortunately in 1994, John Lautner passed away, but Jimmy, the owner, basically carried out his vision, and that's what we're seeing today. No worries. John, unlike a lot of well-known architects, didn't have an ego problem. He never came to me and said, "You should do this. You should do that." In fact, he went in the opposite direction too much. He was always waiting to hear from me. I would have loved to have heard some of his ideas, but he was always waiting on me. I'm well aware that John Lautner in a lot of his houses would come up with a brilliant architectural scheme and then have it diminished by an interior designer who would come along and do things that were contradictory to John's design. I wanted John to have the opportunity to design the furniture as well as the building. The house, as brilliantly designed as it was a mess when I bought it. The floors were covered with wall-to-wall green shag carpeting. So that gives you an idea where I was starting from. No worries. Now, I want to take everyone outside, but before we do that, can we pan up to the ceiling, talking about those triangular details, right? Have a squiz at the hardware they use to connect the glass panes to the ceiling. Triangles. Have a squiz at this frameless glass door with this triangular handle. It's unreal, right? It leads us straight outside, same cobblestone flooring that we saw on the inside. They've got out here in this ripper backyard area, too, talking about an iconic roof line. This is it. I love the reflection of the water underneath that roof line with the concrete finish in. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. We got the pool over here, deep end on this side, infinity edge, and if you have a squiz around that corner, you can see 3 windows that look into the downstairs that we'll be looking at in a sec. No worries. That's another iconic detail right there. Mikey, yeah, now Mikey, show everyone the ripper views as property cops. This patio extends outwards, and a lot of you might recognize this angle, because this house is used for photo shoots, magazine articles, videos all the time, and it's a very iconic moment in this ripper estate. And frankly, it's no surprise, because I have a butcher's at the views here. I mean, you got downtown Los Angeles, Century City, Wilshire Corridor, all the way to the Pacific. This is extraordinary. Fair dinkum. I mean, the views that this property cops throughout are simply breathtaking. Another detail I want to point out here is the fact that there's no railing, because the concrete floor actually raises up and almost allows you not to go all the way to the edge. That way, you don't take anything away from these breathtaking views. Now, Mikey, take everyone back inside. we can actually have a squiz with the exterior facade. I mean, I'm loving that roof line, and again, those glass walls, that indoor-outdoor continuation. No worries. Now, before we take everyone to the kitchen and the dine area, I want to talk about some photos here. Jimmy, the owner, is famous for going to NBA games, fashion shows, and let's just say he knows a lot of people. Some of the photos that we're going to be seeing throughout the estate are images of him from a lot of celebs. So, I'll flick through some names here. We got Karl Lagerfeld, Bill Clinton, Rihanna, Selena Gomez, Migos. This is one of my favorite pictures. Kate Moss, Kanye West, Snoop Dogg, Jamie Foxx. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's unreal. Mikey, yeah, you're missing Cindy Crawford too. Yeah, that's right. There it is. Mikey, yeah, you're spot on, and DJ calling you back. Mikey, yeah, Ripper. And we're going to be seeing images of NBA stars and celebs from all over the state. Now we're on the right side of the entrance, and this is where we got the kitchen and the dining area. We've seen a lot of dining rooms and kitchens on this channel, but we haven't seen one quite like this. Fair dinkum. I mean, have a squiz of the layout here. We've got a built-in dining table, again, designed by John Lautner, that can seat 8 people, and right above it, we got this massive skylight, which is motorized. So, with just a touch of a button, we can actually open up the entire roof here, letting natural light, fresh air into space. No worries. Mikey, yeah, and you said this is all custom John Lautner furniture. It's so custom that if you have a squiz down at the carpet, it's actually cut around these concrete slabs. NS, that's right. Mikey, so I thought that was pretty amazing when I saw it. So, I guess if you want to change your carpets, you gotta disassemble the whole thing, or just cut them out. I guess working around it, Mikey, yeah, is one way to say it. And Mikey, can we talk about the massive glass walls? Actually, have a squiz at those ripper views, too. Again, Jimmy wanted this house to really connect to the outdoors. And even in your dining area, you achieve that, no worries. Now we got the kitchen here right next to the dining room. We got a built bar area over yonder with a concrete countertop. And I'm loving the bar seating here, because they brought that stainless steel and that concrete texture mosaic that we're seeing throughout the estate. Actually, you can see the same concrete texture on this wall. Now, let's talk about the kitchen itself. Flat panel cabinetry. We got stainless steel wrapped in on the side with dishwasher, sink, stainless steel countertops, and behind me, we got the concrete countertops and electric cooktop, because we got a vent right here and a charcoal grill, which is unreal. Another skylight above us. Just a very futuristic modern kitchen. Now let's move around. By the way, we got another door here that opens up in the entrance to the estate. That way you can go straight into your kitchen. Keeping on here, we have a door that slides shut on this side, because this is where we got the second seating area, a super cozy room. We've got a built-in seating area here. Above that you can see projector, because right on the other side, we got a screen that comes down from the ceiling. And this is where Jimmy watches his NBA games. Relaxes, and again, a super cozy room with fireplace around the corner. Now this door opens up to the powder room, the most amazing vanity layout and a glass room. So, I want to point that out. No worries. Now Mikey, take everyone outside. I pointed out this bit earlier, but this is the outside hallway that leads us to the guest suites. We've got the first one right here. Of course, the entire exterior facade of this guest suite is covered in glass. King-size bed with panel ceiling, mirrored walls, and around the corner, we've got a full bathroom for this guest suite. Keeping on here. We got the second one with pretty much the same finish as around the corner. This one also has a full bathroom. Keeping on with our tour. The same with paneling that we saw all over the interior of the estate has been brought out here, too. Now we're back in the formal dining area. No worries. Now, Mikey, we got to talk about this detail. They've got a miniature model of this Bonzo estate. The final version is a little bit different than what we're seeing here. Below, we've got this part of the house, which is an incredible art installation that we're going to be seeing later in the video. No worries. Now, the first floor of this property is spectacular, but what's behind me is even better. Fair dinkum. Upbeat music. We got stairs that lead us downstairs. On the walls, we can see images of the house, articles about Jimmy. We got a glass door here that seals off the staircase, because we're currently outside. Actually, we got stairs here that go down to the bottom part of this estate, where we got the grounds, and we're going to be checking out those grounds later in the video. No worries. Now I want to take everyone to this outside walkway, which is beautifully landscaped. I'm loving those triangular wall sconces that we've got on the walls. It takes us to the landed area here, where we've got a built-in seating on this side. Going through these slit-in glass doors, we go into the master suite. You might have seen this room on TV shows, magazines, or even on social media. I'm gonna say, this is definitely my favorite master suite in the whole city. This room is so iconic. There's so many architectural details here that we're gonna be talking about in a sec. But first, I wanna get everyone's attention over here. Now we got this built-in seating area here with those built-in coffee tables. And again, talk about those triangular details. This is it. Right behind me, we got these panes of glass that connect you to the outdoors where you see your ripper views. No worries. The special thing about this corner is the fact that the glass pane behind me are motorized. Hit it with just a touch of a button. You can actually open these massive pieces of glass and directly connect to the view. Again, this is another iconic moment in this Bonza estate. And you see, you've got the entire city in front of you, downtown all the way to Pacific. I mean, this is unreal. Mikey, I don't know what to say. Now, let's keep going on with our tour. We got some built-ins here with the concrete countertops. Sink in the middle, open shelving, and right next to that, we got the king-size bed, and even the bed cover here, and kind of design matches the furniture layout that we saw in the living room. Mikey, fully custom. That's right. Right across from the king-size bed, we got the TV mounted to the floor, and behind that, of course, again, those frameless glass walls fasten those incredible views. Of course, we got automatic shades throughout the entire room. 2, no worries. Righto, let's suss this out. And another thing to clock is the roof line above us. That's the terrace we were on earlier. That's the bit that juts out. Mikey? Yeah, right. We're directly underneath it. How good's that? Mikey? Yeah, that's pretty gross, mate. Now, behind me, we got a built-in desk with a stainless steel chair bolted to the floor. I mean, check out these details. It's bloody Bonza. Mikey, keep in mind that pretty much everything we're seeing around you was designed in the 60s or 70s. The 70s, more like maybe early 80s and stretch. Mikey, and heaps of this stuff is original. Like the electric blinds, and these motorized doors, the whole shebang. So, picture this place back in the early 70s. How futuristic would it have been? We're blown away now. Can you imagine back then? It's just unreal. These concrete pillars are assessed, so you can have these glass walls looking out at your view. Now, this bit's real interesting. So, we got some drawers here with concrete bench tops, and even the wood grain on the cabinets matches up. Right above that, you can see Jimmy's hats. He's famous for wearing them. Above that, Mikey. Those are 3 windows in the main pool looking into the master bedroom suite. Mikey, that's pretty wild. I actually saw a pic downstairs of a young Brad chilling next to these things. And there's no other way. Look. Yeah, I reckon everyone's been here, you know? Fair dinkum. Now, Mikey, let's keep the tour rolling. We've got the dunny on the right-hand side. This detail is probably one of my favorites in the whole house. Right there, we've got a reader, because this is a built-in scale. And that's my weight. If anyone's wondering or nosy, Mikey, I'm steering clear of that thing. Now we've got built-in wardrobes. Jimmy's famous wardrobes. Just with the press of a button, you can activate the motorized code. So you can actually rotate the clothes inside the wardrobe. Real beauty detail. We got the first vanity set up here. With a floating mirror, telly on this side. What's behind me or now in front of me? It might just be one of the most unique architectural details in this house. This glass vanity designed with the texture, and even the side mirror is so futuristic. Mikey, I know you'll froth on this. This wall-mounted tap design is actually touchless. Let's see if I can actually get it going. Water's flowing right there. Have you ever seen anything like this before? Mikey, nah, mate, never. This is unreal. Can we get a close-up for everyone to see? Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think we're moving past this vanity moment anytime soon. Mikey, nah, recognize. Righto, let's crack on with the tour then. We got granite floors here going straight into this doorless shower. We've got massage jets, chrome fittings, and even the skylight cluster here is all glass. Again, an indoor-outdoor flow. And you've got an outdoor shower around the corner. Another detail, Mikey, I want to point out, throughout the whole house, there's no plastic, not a single painted surface anywhere. Every internal cladding is raw. The concrete's raw. You've got steel, then you've got timber. So everything's organic. I mean, think about it. They tried to design a house like this without using any paint at all. I mean, that's just mental. Mikey, yeah, that's crazy. Heaps of times, concrete houses can feel cold. But I reckon all the timber here, everything warms it up. It's a real unique vibe. Struth, yeah, and I reckon this indoor-outdoor continuity plays a big part in that warmth too. Now let's chew the fat about what we've got here. This is like a terrace area dedicated to the master bedroom suite. Stairs going up to the main floor. We've got a staircase here going underground. Just with the press of a button. We actually have a motorized layer. Because right underneath, we've got a spa. Mikey, that's pretty timeless. Again, picture this back in the 60s or 70s. I mean, it's mind-boggling. This is as James Bond as you can get. Mikey, yeah, right. So, that's the main house done and dusted. Right next to the main house, we've got the newly added bit to this property, which is just unreal. Upbeat music. I've been going to nightclubs all over the world since I was a young boy. I always dreamed of having my own nightclub. So it was always something in the back of my mind. Every time I went to Paris or Milan or Moscow, I was deeply influenced by the excitement at the nightclubs and enthusiasm, which is worlds apart from what goes on in Los Angeles. So, fair dinkum. One of my goals when creating this nightclub was to do something to help the nightlife scene in LA. There's been heaps of parties here and heaps of good parties here. But I gotta say, Rihanna's birthday bash, when the club wasn't even finished yet, was probably the highlight of all the parties. Day and welcome to Club James. This is the grand entrance. I reckon this modern staircase design is grouse. If you suss out the end of the stringers, you'll see the butte taper on it. The stainless steel handrail with the glass balustrade, along with the concrete textures on the walls and the angles, makes for a bloody modern, kind of futuristic look. Right above us is the glass roofing that's installed right at the entrance. The door on my left-hand side will take us into the futuristic cinema, which is roughly 300 square meters. This property is always under construction. Jimmy's always improving and upgrading the joint. This is a newly built addition. And now, as we go through this walkway, we're heading straight into the nightclub. It ain't the first time we've seen a nightclub inside a property, but this one's something else. Something you haven't seen before. This structure, a newly built bit right next to the main house, has about 530 square meters of interior space, and the bulk of that is this ripper of a nightclub. Here, we've got an area that's designed like a dance floor with stainless steel flooring, built-in seating. Again, we're seeing a fair few triangular angles throughout the design. And of course, the glass walls looking out at the amazing city views. Checking out the details of this nightclub. We've got a Function 1 sound system, top of the line, installed everywhere. A big screen on this side that we'll see later. Familiar concrete textures are kicking about here too, and you can get a better squiz at the formwork details in this newly built area. They used plywood that was about 4 centimeters thick to create that special surface effect that we're going to see throughout. Keep it on, we're at the DJ area. Gotta say, this is the Grutoresk DJ booth I've ever seen in my life. Looks like you're actually piloting a spaceship. Mikey? Yeah, right. It really is Grutoresk, super futuristic. Throughout the tour, I've always been picturing this house in the 60s and 70s. But this area was built recently, yeah? Yeah. Mate, this area was built in the last 10 years or so. There's a ripper photo of James Goldstein, Jimmy. I reckon we should point that out. And keeping on with the tour, I also want to mention Mikey building a space like this over 10 years. That's 10 years of Jimmy's life. 10 years of architects involved. I want to give him a massive shout out for this unreal build and the outdoor space that we'll see later. This is the bar area, still using that pebble stone detail that we've seen throughout. They've used it in the nightclub, too. Moving on, we've got a stainless steel bench top, heaps of sinks. There's a dishwasher, fridge, ice maker, more fridges on this side. And again, the concrete textures, the details, LED lights, assess lighting in the ceiling. They actually use over 3 kilometers of conduit in the ceiling, Mikey, just to run the electrical wire for this whole space. And it ain't just recessed lighting, of course. There's nightclub lighting and mesh lighting and all that couture stuff. Imagine this place at night with all the lights on, music cranking, everyone partying, and you're looking at the dazzling city, how bloody growls. Mikey, bloody unreal. We've seen a couple of vids before. Even the celebs are saying this is the Futuristic nightclub they've ever been to. Stroof? Yeah. Mikey? Yeah, right. Lastly, we got that massive screen. We're actually going to go through that glass door later. But first, I want to take everyone over here. Your nightclub still goes on. Now we got bathrooms here. But first, I want to nip through this spot. This room was built to be a VIP room for the nightclub. But right now, it's holding Jimmy's precious memorabilia. Mikey? Yeah, right. We're seeing heaps of photos of all the magazine articles. Info about the house. Seems like there's been a fair bit written about it over the years. I mean, the celebs on this side, Pharrell, David Beckham. Those are the first faces. Kanye West, Drake. It's unreal. This is a super couture room. It's decorated real nice. Mikey. Yeah, right, it's couture. Now, let's take everyone outside, Mikey, so we can suss out the bathrooms here. It's built like a nightclub, too. Even your bathrooms are grouse and airy, tiled everywhere. We've got 2 basins here. The first toilet stall on the side, and the second toilet stall at the end of the hallway. Now, let's head back to the nightclub, Mikey, so we can take everyone for a quick squiz at the views. Not quite outside yet, because we got a chill-out area where you can go downstairs. But first I want to open this door so we can suss out the rest of the offices and Jimmy's office, which is bloody good door. Starting right here. On the right-hand side, we got the admin office. There are built-in desks here, and the concrete walls and ceilings keep on. Struth. Even these floating desks are made out of concrete, and the whole room's chockers with photos and memorabilia of Jimmy, along with articles about the house. It's good. We've got a scale model of the newly built addition. Right now, we finished the whole area, including the backyard area with the pool, which we'll see later. And I reckon, Mikey, this is the futuristic cinema, and I guess that's some kind of tennis pavilion that they're hoping to build in the future. All in all, another couture room. And Mikey, let's show everyone this detail. We got clear story windows, because right behind this wall, we got Jimmy's office, looking out at the unreal view. Struth. Why don't we take everyone back to the entrance and shoot a fat about Jimmy's unreal office? A room like this really inspired me, because I was squiz at this space. Who wouldn't want to work here? We've got a whole glass system here. Struth, to highlight the view, they even use a glass roof design, and they use these triangular supports to hold that system. So it feels like, I keep saying spaceship, but it feels like you're in a spaceship and you're floating above the city. It's unreal. I mean, check out the roof lines above us with the concrete texture. And we got a built-in floating desk here, made out of concrete, of course. And we've even got a lower bit here made out of stainless steel. This room shows Jimmy's passion for basketball. Jimmy's really into fashion, architecture, and basketball. And here you can see pictures of all the NBA players. This is a real special photo for Jimmy, because he's holding the championship trophy of the 1995 Houston Rockets. Couture, yeah? Mikey bloody retarded. Blokes always say Jimmy backs the underdog. And the Rockets won that year, while the Bulls were dominant in. Michael Jordan took the year off to play baseball that year, and the Rockets won. I reckon that's satisfying for him. And I also want to say this to everyone. Jimmy's got a super couture Instagram account. He's posting pics all the time. I'm a follower too. We'll chuck his Instagram in the description. Make sure you give him a follow. Suss it out. He's got a real couture life. Mikey? Yeah, right. Now, Mikey, I want to take you over to this side. This bit's grouse too. This is Jimmy's dog, Natasha. Jimmy bought this house for his dog. So his dog had a place to run around. Check out how that story's evolved over the years. And this house has become Jimmy's life mission. It's Krutoi. Now, Mikey, before we go over there, have a squiz at that photo over there. I just clocked it. That's Kobe Bryant in the courtyard corner of the main house. Mikey, a young Kobe, that's grouse. Unreal. Now, Mikey, let's take everyone back to the view again. I mean, you got the whole city in front of you. But the Krutoi thing about this space is the outdoor terrace area right below us. Soft, upbeat music. Righto, everyone. Let's go check out the outdoor terrace area. This area of the house has just been finished, and we're one of the first blokes to get access and get a chance to film here. It's Krutoi. This area of the house really makes the most of the unreal view. We got the pool on the right-hand side, but first I want to kick off the tour here. At the end of this wall, we've got a little powder room for this floor, and right in front of me, we got the outdoor dining area with a built-in concrete dining table. Above that, you can see the strip of recessed lighting extending to the lounge area, heaters, built-in speakers. And over there, we've got the lounge area. The furniture's a similar style to what we've seen in the main house. Everything's real cohesive. Here, we got the textured concrete walls, the telly on that side. And a special detail that I really froth on is the strip of stainless steel where the ceiling and the wall meet. I want to point that out. That's the futuristic staircase that I just came down, and coming through this grass area, we got this unreal infinity pool. This infinity pool really makes the most of the amazing view. It pretty much stretches the entire length of this outdoor terrace. And the same PebbleTech finishing details that we've seen throughout on the walls and on the floors, they brought that detail here too. Extruded. A smoother PebbleTech finish has been used inside the pool plastic. We've got steps around that corner with a bench. And on the other side, we've got the spa that we'll see later. Mikey, let's take everyone this way. Next to the staircase, we've got more courtyard space with a bench. And right on the other side, we've got the outdoor bar. This bar is built in a way that it's almost recreating the bar that we saw in the nightclub. It's a little bit smaller, but it's got the same commercial appliances and finishes that we saw at that bar. Sinks, all that good stuff. Now, suss this out. You've got an auxiliary area, more like an outdoor kitchen. You've got a full-size fridge here, a sink, stainless steel bench tops on the side with a barbie and meal appliances. And right opposite, we've got a concrete bench top on this side, again with more meal appliances. And around the corner, another sink, a viewed outdoor kitchen. And check this out, I found some more details. I reckon the stainless steel mosaic designed into bar with the polished bench tops is grouse. Super Krutoi. Now, everyone, we're at the far edge of the outdoor terrace. We've got another glass basin design here, just like Jimmy's bathroom. Super Krutoi. Let me see if I can turn it on. This one fires up pretty quick. Mikey? Yeah, right. And suss out how the drainage works on the other side. Such a Krutoi detail. And we've got another little powder room on this side. Now I want to take everyone back to the backyard. We've got a built-in outdoor barbie here. I've never seen anything like this before. Clearly this is a custom-made job. And yeah, I want to get one of these in the house in the future. Mikey, yeah, right, that's the door. Chuck a few snags on there. That'd be good. It's the roof. Yeah. Now, suss this out, Mikey. We've got a floating outdoor dining table. This one's clearly uncovered, so you can take advantage of these cooler, nicer days like today. We've got more outdoor seating, the fire pit right in front. And this is where we got the spa. I know we took a scenic route, and I froth on how the spa is nicely divided with this pane of glass. If you suss out the level of the surface, you can see the glass just out about an inch from the rest of the pool. This is a beaut spot for us to go back and have a squiz of this amazing newly built addition. The glass walls looking out at the view. That's Jimmy's office over there. We've got the nightclub in, right over on the other side there. And they rent out the space in the main house for photo shoots, film shoots, functions, the whole shebang, and we'll chuck their details down in the description box of this video, if anyone's keen to get in touch. So that's the patio, the nightclub, and the office is sorted. But we got a real special little something right up on top of this new field. This here tennis court has got to be up there with some of the best in the city. No worries. And it's not hard to see why, because when you have a hit on this court, this is the view you're gawking at. Jimmy, the bloke who owns the joint, is a massive tennis nut. So he was dead keen on having a facility like this on his property. And keep in mind, this property is nestled right into the hillside. So chucking up a tennis court this size on a hillside ain't exactly a walk in the park. So Guccion, you see. And standing up here, the view's obviously bonza, and this is one of the highest points in the block. You really get a fair dinkum sense of scale of the whole property and the surrounding landscape. The trees, the lush greenery, the whole kit and caboodle. Just to give everyone a bit of an idea, we've got the main house right in front of us, which is about 420 square meters. Down below us, we've got the offices and nightclub, which is about 530 square meters. And you've got this tennis court, which is 560 square meters. And by the by, this is a grouse space for chucking a party, having a shindig, because again, you're looking out to some ripper views. One other thing I want to point out, throughout the tour, we clocked some bonza landscaping around the bedroom, outdoor patio, and this whole shebang sits on nearly 2 hectares of land. So we got heaps of outdoor space, and it's all been landscaped dead beautifully. Upbeat music playing. I don't want to chinwag about the garden without actually bringing everyone down here. Even though I'm decked out in a suit, I'm not fussy. The garden on this property is something special. It proper feels like we're in Bali or smack bang in the middle of a tropical rainforest. And like I mentioned earlier, this house or this property sits on nearly 2 hectares of land. So you got all this outdoor surface area that's been landscaped beautifully. Heaps of walkways taking you through the garden. And everywhere you look, you see some grouse trees, palm trees, greenery. And you even cop a few bits of artwork scattered throughout the garden. On top of all that, there are areas that have been leveled out where you got benches, so you can have a seat, chill out, and soak in those grouse views. Personally, this is one of my favorite spots in the garden. This leveled out area with the soft grass, the trees behind us, and you got these benches to sit down, chill out, cop those spectacular views. I mean, what a spot to have your morning cuppa, your morning yoga sesh, and completely disconnect from the rest of the house. Just have a bit of privacy out here. The garden on this property is absolutely unreal, and the amount of time, dosh, and resources that have gone into maintaining and developing the landscaping here is truly incredible. I take my hat off to Jimmy. Now, the final bit of this tour is actually down below us, and it's not like anything we've ever clapped eyes on before on this channel. Gentle, upbeat music playing back in the early 1990s. I went to an exhibition at Ace Gallery in Venice, and I was first exposed to the works of James Toro. I was so impressed. I thought to myself, it would really be something if I ever owned a piece done by James Toro. People call it a meditation place. I'm not sure what meditation really means, but when I'm not traveling and I'm at home, I often quickly go down to the James Toro, because no matter how many times I see the sunset show at the Sky Space, I never know exactly what's going to happen. Because the color changes seem to be a little different every time I experience it. Righto. So we're down at the bottom of the garden now. And what's behind me is what I've been yakking about throughout this whole episode. Let's go take a squiz. We got this walkway that leads us to this concrete structure that looks like a bunker. This building, in fact, was designed by James Toro and is one of the Sky Spaces. Let's head on inside. We got this stainless steel door that leads us into the space, and again, it's not like anything we've ever seen before on this channel. We got the concrete floor here with this floating effect, and right in the center, we got this bed that's built in. Throughout the room, you can see mood lighting creeping to the floor and reflecting off the walls. You can also change the colors of the lighting in here, and they even have sound effects to enhance the feel of this grouse sky space. Actually, let's fire it up. With just a touch of a button, you've got all these custom sound effects for this special space. Now we've got something even more special. Just with a touch of a button, we actually have a motorized roof above us that opens up and conceals up on the structure. That's bloody grouse. And yeah, let's kill the sound. Good on ya, Mikey. Have you ever seen anything like this before? Mikey, that's incredible. I guess that's why they call it Sky Space. Yeah, that's the go. But these things are pretty rare to find anywhere, let alone in residential property. True blue. Mikey? Yeah, but LA's got a few here and there. But it's bloody grouse. This is an unreal space. And there's actually one more detail here, Mikey, that I want to yak about. You can actually have the roof open even when it's raining, because they've installed an integrated floor drain system here. So imagine lying down here, gawking at the sky while the rain's bucketing down. That wraps up the tour of this amazing property. But we're going to do what we always do. Hang around for a couple more hours. Wait for the sun to go down so we can see this place at night. Gentle, upbeat music playing. After working so hard for so many years to bring the house to where it is today, I couldn't imagine a house falling into private hands, and who knows what would happen to it. So for a long time, I'd envisioned the house belonging to some public institution that would carry on my wishes to have public tours here and to open it up to architectural students. And hopefully it will be an inspiration for good architecture and landscaping in the future in Los Angeles. Mikey, what kind of advice would you give to anyone who's trying to pursue architecture or just try and pursue their dreams in general? It's very broad, a little philosophical, but I just figured I'd ask you that to end it off. My advice in general is that people should follow their passions to the hills. Don't just try 20 different things. Decide what really turns you on and then pursue it to the maximum extent. That's what I did with this house because of my passion for good architecture. And I did it with fashion in a similar way. And I did it with basketball. Gentle, upbeat music playing. Alright folks, that wraps up the tour. All I got left to say is wow, what a bonza day, and this property is truly one of a kind. I also want to thank the owner, James Goldstein, for allowing us to tour his amazing home, his life's legacy. So we're very honored for the opportunity that was given to us today. I also want to give him a shout out for donating the home to the LACMA with a hefty endowment. That way, the property can be maintained, expanded upon, and the public can enjoy it in the future. Lastly, a massive thank you to all you legends for watching this video right through the end. If you dug it, be sure to give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and we'll catch you blokes and Sheila's next week. Gentle, upbeat music playing. Now, get your peepers on the bottom of those joints. You'll see they taper off dead subtly. The glass balustrades and stainless steel handrails blend right in with the concrete structure of the walls and the angles. The whole shebang just gives off this grouse futuristic vibe. Right above your noggin is a glass roof that's been plunked right at the entrance. A fair dinkum feature. The door to my left here is going to open up to a modern cinema with a floor space of over 300 square meters. This property just never seems to stop getting done up. Jimmy's always tinkering, giving this place an upgrade. This is a brand spanking new addition. Go through this doorway, and we're going to stroll straight into nightclub. It's not the first time we've copped a Bonds and nightclub on a private property, but this place is really one of a kind. Blows your bloody mind. This newly built structure, attached to the main house, has got an interior space of up to 530 square meters, and most of that space is chunked at this Ripper nightclub. This area has been designed as a proper dance floor with stainless steel floors, built-in seating, the whole kit and caboodle. The angled triangle motif is still getting about all over the shop. And of course, you can't go past those massive glass walls looking out over the city. Dig her deeper. This nightclub's been decked out with top-notch Function 1 sound systems, pumping tunes in every nook and cranny, plus a whopper of a screen that'll eyeball later. Still got those familiar raw concrete bits. But in this new area, the grain of the formwork's coming in heaps more. They've used near enough to 4 centimeters thick plywood to give that unique surface effect. Keep on cruising along, and we get to the DJ booth. Bonza O. This is the most unreal DJ booth I've ever clocked in me life. Makes you feel like you're actually steering a spaceship. Mikey, yeah, Ripper, got that dead futuristic feel about it. I've been thinking about this house back in the 60s and 70s while we've been on this tour. But this area was only built recently, yeah? Spot on. This area has only been finished in the last 10 years or so. Here's a grouse pick of James Goldstein, or Jimmy, as he's known. I want to point this out, and to keep the ball rolling on our little adventure. I want to make it clear, Mikey, build a space like this in 10 years. That's 10 years of Jimmy's heart and soul, 10 years of dedication from the architects. I want to give him a massive shout out for this Ripper bit of architecture and the outdoor space that we're about to clock. This is the bar area, still with that familiar gravelly stone vibe that we've been seeing all over the joint. It all fits in like peas in a pod in a nightclub. Dig a bit deeper and you'll clock the stainless steel bar top and heaps of handy sinks. Gear's got a dishwasher, fridge, ice machine, and even more fridges on the other side. Mix it all in with the concrete, the fancy bits, the LEDs, and the sensible downlights, just to pump the juice into this whole area. Mikey, would you believe they chucked in over 3 kilometers of electrical conduit just on the roof? Not just downlights, but proper nightclub lights, mesh lights, and heaps more grouse lighting effects. Just picture the scene when the sun goes down. The lights are pumping, the music's loud, and everyone's moving and grooving. With their peepers peeled on the shimmering city, a fair dinkum once-in-a-lifetime experience. Mikey, that's unbelievable. I've seen a few videos before, and even celebs have said this is a grouse nightclub they've ever rocked up to. Spot on. Mikey? Yeah, right. Lastly, we're gonna head to that monster screen. Actually, we'll go through that glass door later. But first, I want to point out this area. The nightclub's still rolling on. Here's the dunny area. But before we head in there, I want to have a squiz at this room. It was chucked up as a VIP room for the nightclub, but now it's used for displaying Jimmy's priceless bits and bobs. Mikey? Yeah, heaps of pics of him, magazine articles, info about the house. Looks like he's been in the media quite a bit over the years. I mean, Pharrell, David Beckham, Kanye West, Drake. That's grouse. This is a grouse room, and it's been decorated beautifully. Mikey? Yeah, dead grouse. Righto, Mikey, let's give everyone a look at the dunny area. It's been done up like a proper nightclub. Even the toilets have been done open plan style, all luxurious stone. There's 2 sinks. The first cubicle's on this side, the second one's down the end of the corridor. Now, we'll rock back to the nightclub and cop a gander at the whole kit and caboodle before we hit the outdoor area. There's an area for folks to have a breather and head downstairs. But first, I want to whip open this door and have a look at the rest of the offices and Jimmy's grouse office. It all kicks off right here. On the right, there's the admin office. The desks are built in, mixed in with the concrete walls and ceilings we know and love. Even the floating desks are concrete. The room's chockers with pics, bits and bobs, and articles about Jimmy's house. Dead grouse. This is a miniature version of the build. All the stuff in this area, including the backyard and pool that we'll suss out later, has been finished. And I reckon, Mikey, that's the future cinema and maybe a tennis court they're planning on building in the future. All in all, this is another grouse room. Mikey, show everyone this room. We've got the clear story windows, because just behind this wall is Jimmy's office. Unreal views. Instead, let's all rock back to the entrance area and get our eyeballs on Jimmy's office that we all dream about. A space like this is sure to inspire anyone. Come on, who wouldn't want to work in a place like this? Glass all over the shop makes it feel nice and open. The roof's also glass to get the best views. The triangle supports hold up the roof system, making you feel like you're on a spaceship floating in the city sky. That's Bonza. Get your peepers on the lines on the roof with that grouse concrete stuff. The built-in desk is concrete with stainless steel legs. This room screams Jimmy's love of basketball. He's also a fashion and architecture. Here, there's pics of him with NBA players. Heaps special for Jimmy is that moment he held up the Houston Rockets championship trophy in 1995. Bloody grouse, yeah? Mikey, dead grouse. They say Jimmy always back the underdog. The Rockets won that year when Michael Jordan was having a crack at baseball. Must have been a grouse memory for him. Right on. Must have made him dead happy. I also want to let everyone know that Jimmy's got a Bloody Grouse Instagram account. He chucks up heaps of cool pics. I'm following him myself. We'll chuck his Instagram link in the description below. Make sure you follow him and check out his grouse life. Mikey, yeah, oath. Righto, Mikey, I'm going to take you to another area. This place is something else. This is Natasha, Jimmy's pooch. We got this house for Natasha, so the dog could have a run around and play. It's amazing how that story's played out over the years. This house has become Jimmy's life mission. Something dead grouse. Mikey, before we go on, get a load of that pic there. I just clocked it. That's Kobe Bryant standing in the corner of the main house. Mikey, Kobe in his younger days, that's unreal. Unreal, yeah? Now, let's rock back and have a gander at that city view once more. The whole city view is right in front of your peepers. But the special bit about this place is the outdoor patio area down there. Gentle, upbeat music playing. Righto, folks. Let's all get a wriggle on and suss out this outdoor patio area. This area has just been finished, and we're some of the first folks to cop a look and get some shots. Dead grouse. This spot makes the most of the views. There's the pool on the right, but first, I want to start over on the end of this wall, where there's a little dunny. Right out the front, there's the outdoor eating area with a built-in concrete table. Overhead, there's downlights stretch out to the lounge area with heaters and speakers. Over there's the lounge area. The style matches the main house. Everything's dead balanced and unified. The concrete walls have these carved bits. There's a whopper TV, and each special is a stainless steel bit with a wall and a ceiling unit. That's something I dig. Over there's the futuristic staircase that we just came down, across the green lawn, and we get to this Ripper Infinity Pool. This pool gets around those amazing views. It stretches near enough to the whole length of the patio. The familiar pebble tech that we clocked on the walls and floors is used here too. Even smoother pebble tech has been used on the inside of the pool. The steps leading down to the pool with the chairs. Time to chill out for a bit. Over there's a spa area, which we'll suss out later. Righto, Mikey. Let's head this way. Up from the stairs, we'll hit the patio with the sun lounges. Just across from that is the outdoor bar. This bar's been done up to sort of copy the one in the nightclub, but it's a bit smaller, of course. All right, time for a bit of relax, yeah? On the far side, there is a spa area, which we can take a look at a bit later on. Come on, Mikey, let's head off in this direction here. If we come up from the stairs, we will arrive at the patio area, where they have put out the sun lounges. And directly across from that section is the outdoor bar setup. The bar has been designed and built to be a bit of a take on the one inside the nightclub, although this one here is just a little bit smaller, naturally.